Hey, fifth grade. We're going to take a look at lesson 6.5 for our math. We start on page 208 and page 209. They work together. On 208, you have 3 sets of line plots. And on 209, it has questions to go along with those. So first, it says use the data in the line plot on journal page 208 to find the typical height of, and then it has name of animal. You need to pick either emperor penguin, chimpanzee, or red kangaroo. It doesn't matter which one you use, but whichever one of these 3 you pick to put on this is the set of data from the line plots that you're going to use. Okay, then it says answer these questions to help you find the animal's typical height. Show your work in the space below. It says what is the combined total of all the measurements shown on your animal's line plot. Okay, so you'll have to find out what the height is for each one, how many there are, and then add it. So if I were to look at emperor penguin heights, I'll have to look, and I have 141. Now I have a line in between 41 and 42. That means that this is 41 and 1/2. Okay, so I have 41, 41 and 1/2. I don't have any more x's until I get to 43. Now, I won't just add 143, I need to add 243 because there are 2 x's over 43. I'll continue to go down to see how many I have of each one, and I will add all of those numbers together. So if I look at the x's, I should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. I should have 21 total numbers I'm adding together for emperor penguin heights. Okay? When I've added all of those numbers, I will say what the combined height is in inches. Then it asks how many data points are shown on the plot. That's the number of x's. So I have 21 x's, so I would write 21 here. I have 21 data plots. Then it says write a number model that shows how to even out the data to find the typical height of your animal. The typical height of your animal is the answer that you found for all of the combined heights divided by how many data points you have. So if I were to write that out, I'll have whatever my total height is in inches. So I'm going to use I for inches, and that needs to be divided by how many data points you have. So I'm just going to write a D for my data points, and that would equal the typical height. So I'm going to put H. Now obviously the numbers are going to look different whether you use emperor penguins, chimpanzees, or red kangaroos. So you have to add the total of all of them. You have to find out how many there are, and you take the total number of inches that all of them are combined, and you divide it by the number of data points you have, and that'll equal your typical height. Okay, so then you say the typical height of whatever animal you picked is about how many inches. Okay, so once you divide all of it, you're going to find about how many inches it is. And so your answer H right here, that'll go down here. Whatever that answer is what you're also going to add here. Then you need to fill in the name of your animal and circle the word that completes a sentence based on what you found. You say a typical blank height is taller or shorter than a typical 5th grader. Now that typical 5th grader would be if we did use all of our data on our line plot for the lesson before, but we didn't do that. So what you're going to do is you're going to say the typical, whatever the animal is taller or shorter than you. So you're not going to do than the typical 5th grader. You're going to say is taller than you. Okay, so you need to figure out what your height is, and you need to compare it to the typical height of whatever animal you have picked. Okay? Again, remember, you can always come back and rewatch this video to understand what we need to do. I'm going to clear this and go to the next page. So the next thing we need to look at is, I guess I have to log back in, just give me 1 second. Next thing we need to look at is page 200, and I believe it's 210 and 211. Just give me 1 second here. 211. Yep, so next pages we're going to look at are page 210 and 211. On 210, you're going to be practicing fraction multiplication. So all you have to do is read your problems and understand what you're doing. So it says Hannah brought a package of 12 pens. She took 2/3 of the pens to school. How many of the pens did Hannah take to school? So example for this one, she had 12 pens and she had 2/3 of. Remember, when you see of, that means multiplication. So it's just going to be 12 times 2/3. And remember to make it easier for us, and I guess I should equal, we'll say equals P for pens. And then remember, to make it easier for ourselves, I'll just put it over 1 and I'll multiply straight across. Okay, when you multiply straight across, 2 times 12 is 24. So you end up with 24. And then 1 times 3 is 3. Now you're going to have to make that a proper fraction. I won't go any farther, but you need to make it into a proper fraction, and that's how many pens she would have taken to school. You're going to do that for 1, 2, 3, and 4. You do not need to do number 5. If you'd like to try it and turn it in, that is great, but you do not need to do number 5. All right, now math boxes are just review of some of the things that we've done, so we should be able to do those just fine. All right. Yeah, let me know if you have any questions on these and I can help you out. The last thing we'll have to take a look at is our home link for today. Our home link, I'll have to clear the annotations again, looks kind of similar to the work that we've done. It said plot the amount of milkshake in each glass on the line plot. So we see we have spaces in between. So this is 3, this would be 3.5, this is 4, this would be 4.5. Every milkshake, you have to put an X for it. So our first one, we have 4 and 1/2. I'm just going to do this first one just so you see. We have 4 and 1/2. So I want to go at 4, I want to go at 5, I go to 4.5, and I put an X, and then make it easier for myself, I'll cross out this to let me know that I've done that. Okay? Then you're going to fill in, you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You'll have 8 total X's on your line plot. Once you have all 8 of those X's in, you're going to come down here and it says Rachel wants to even out the servings so that everyone will get the same amount of milkshake. Answer the questions to help you figure out how many ounces Rachel should pour into each glass. Okay, so again, you're going to have to find how many total ounces of milkshake Rachel's mom made. So you're going to have to take all of these numbers and you're going to have to add them. So you're going to have to add 4.5 plus 7 plus 5.5 plus 3 plus 3.5 plus 6.5 plus 4.5 plus 5.5. Okay, then you're going to divide that by the number of data points. So you're going to take the total number of ounces and you're going to divide that by how many glasses. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you take the total number divided by 8, and that'll be our number model, will be the total number divided by 8 equals probably G for glasses, and that's how many ounces will go into each glass. And then we just have some practice down here of multiplying and dividing by powers of 10. Okay, that should be a review, and we should all do just fine on that. It's a little bit more in this lesson than we've done in the past, but I think you guys should do just fine. Make sure that if you do have any questions, you go and rewatch this video first, and then if you still need help, you can email me, and we will go from there.